Back in 2009, I was an extra in the Limitless movie with Bradley Cooper, and he had a co-star. I forget what her name is. I'm gonna have to look that up. But my scene got cut. I played a prostitute. I guess I don't know. I guess I wasn't a great actress. Clearly, I suck. I could never be an actress. But yeah, it was a cool opportunity. I was really excited. So like, oh, I'm gonna make some money, and then I like to see what goes on behind the scenes. So I was really, really excited. The other girl in the movie was Abby Cornish. So Bradley Cooper was stupid nice. He took pictures with everyone. There was a school like right around the corner, and when it was our break, he went and got something to eat or whatever, and he took all these pictures with all these little kids that were just getting out of school, which I thought was like, oh, that's so nice, because a lot of celebrities, you know, they're like, unbelievable. So that was super nice. And then when I was on set, he was just like really, really down to earth. We were actually in a courthouse setting, and someone had kept calling, I guess, the court to see whatever is happening, like with the court date, I don't know. But they kept calling and calling and calling, and finally he picked up and he was like, hello, and he literally played along, and then he was like, he was just so funny and humble, and he just like made us all laugh, whatever. Now Abby, on the other hand, she was so just snooty and stuck up. She was in front of me, and she had like this wig on, and she was literally like 4'2". She was so short, and I'm only 5'2". So for me to say someone is short, it's like they were a little thing. And I remember I was standing behind her before I was supposed to go do my little walkthrough part. Like literally my part was I walked through the courthouse, which got cut, like I said. And I was walking, I was doing what I was supposed to, like I didn't have to do much of anything. And she turns around and she looks at me and she goes, you could walk a little bit slower. You're supposed to walk slower. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. This is my first acting gig. It's my first acting like moment ever. I never did an acting class. I don't even think I made the play back in high school. And I was just like, oh, sorry. And she was like, rolled her eyes at me, and I'm like, what? I'm not here to rain on your parade. I'm not taking your moment. I'm a nobody to you. I don't understand. I'm not threatening you. Like, I'm not whatever. So I thought that was weird. And she was just like real snooty with the other girls that were on set. I think the one girl was getting her makeup done, like another extra, but I feel like she had like more responsibility. She was like a more responsible extra. I think she had like to say something, but she was getting her makeup done, and the makeup artist asked her a question, and she answered her, and the girl Abby turns around and was like, can you be quiet? And we're like, they weren't rolling, nothing was happening, and the makeup artist was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, I'm sorry. Like, and I just didn't understand how somebody could be rude to people that they don't even know. I don't know. I'm super polite. I'm like a please, thank you, and sorry junkie, and it just blows my mind that somebody could act like that, but whatever. So one time I love Teresa Giudice, or Giudice, I don't know how you say that, but she doesn't live like very far from me. I think it's like 2 hours or something. And she was like having a cookbook signing, and I was pregnant, and I was so bored and just want to get out of the house. My husband was like, well, let's just go buy her a cookbook and you can meet her and get it signed. And I was like, oh, that sounds fun. It'll be like a little road trip or whatever. We went there, we sat forever. She ended up being late, which I get it. She's got like 4 kids. I totally understand. But when I met her, she was so nice. She was very down to earth. She wasn't like weird or stuck up or anything. The meet and greet ended, I think it was like 2 hours, but there was still like a line of people. I think she ended up staying an hour and a half just to sign every single book because she didn't want to leave anybody out. And I thought that was really, really nice, because a lot of celebrities were like, I got paid, I don't care, I'm out, I'm rolling. So I thought that was really nice of her, because I know she does get like a bad rap. Here's another one. There's this guy, he was a baseball player. I think I just turned 21, and I went to the Phillies game. His name was Madsen, I can't think of his first name. I believe he was married at the time. And I had caught like a foul ball, and I was like, woohoo, thank you. And he was like, oh, throw it back, like I'll sign it. And I was like, oh, okay. So I threw it back to him, and he signs it, and then he goes, you want my number too? I'll write it on here. And I was like, like I knew he was married, so I thought that was like really weird. And he was like, you sure? And then I was like, no, it's okay. And he threw it back to me. And I was like, ew, that's so gross. You're married, nasty. So that was like, I don't know if that's a celebrity. Is that an athlete? I don't, whatever. I just thought that was like gross and disgusting. Any guy who's willing to like, I don't know, cheat on his wife, or I don't know, give out his phone number to a girl that's married. If my husband did that, I'd punch him in the mouth. That's so disrespectful. In the past few months, I went to the Ipsy event and was in the Creator Lounge VIP area thing. And my girlfriend, she's like stupid obsessed with Manny MUA, like over the moon. Like she loves him. She's like fangirl hard. Like that is her person. And they're just like, she just loves them. Kind of like how I love Britney Spears. That's her thing. So I always said, ooh, if I ever meet him, I'm going to FaceTime you. It's been always been like our running joke. So at the Ipsy Creator event, like you just drink and it's like all day long. And I feel like you eat nothing. So I was a little bit drunk and I saw him and he's literally like 95 feet tall. He's so tall. He should have been a basketball player. It's crazy how tall he is. And so I felt, literally just thinking back to the story, I cringe because I'm just like, why is this my life? But if you knew me, it kind of makes sense because that's like just who I am. So he's in the middle of talking to like 4 people. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's Manny. I'm in the middle of talking to my friend. I'm like, you guys, hold on a second. I have to FaceTime my friend right now. Like I promised her, like, you can't break a promise. So I run over there like a idiot. Like I'm just like, bleh, all like kind of like excited. And I interrupt him, which is so rude. Like he should have smacked me in the face, to be honest. I interrupt his conversation with his like people and I'm like, oh my God, Manny, you don't understand. My best friend loves you. She's had such a rough year. She deserves like to have a good smile on her face. We have to FaceTime her. And I like shove my phone in his face and he's just kind of like, oh, okay. Like it wasn't even a question. Like I feel so rude. He like didn't even have a choice in this matter. Like I just was in his face and it was super annoying. And she didn't answer. So then, he was like, okay, well, we'll just send her a little video. And I was like, no, we have to just keep calling her. You could tell he was politely being like, girlfriend, get out of my face. I cannot stand you. I'm like trying to hang out with my friends. And I'm like, blah, 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 in his face. So he starts filming like a little video, like talking to my friend or whatever. And in the meantime, she like FaceTimes and you could tell he was so close to hitting the decline button. But I'm like, no, that's her. And I jump over him like a little troll, like, no, hit accept, hit it, boop. And I could tell he was just like, oh my God, I want this girl to go away so bad. And then he talked to her for a little bit. And then, so we got to bring a friend and stuff. So I had some friends in there and he was so nice. He was like, do you guys want a photo with me? And then I was so rude. I was like, oh no, I got what I needed. My friend, she's like the fan or whatever, which now looking back, I didn't mean it like that. I just meant it like, oh no, like I really appreciate you calling my friend. Like she like loves you. I'm good. It's okay. I already, was super annoying. So he took pictures with the other people and I thanked him. And looking back, I'm gonna make it a public apology that I'm such a hot mess. And one day I will get my life together and I just feel like it's probably not gonna be soon. Okay, and then we have Chris Appleton, which I met him for a Glam Seamless thing and I felt so bad because I'm not a model by any means. Like I'm a little chubby, I'm very short, I got effed up teeth. So the other girls were just like beautiful and perfect. And again, so he is like Kim Kardashian's hair person and J-Lo's and like Katy Perry's and all these like important famous people. So I was very intimidated because he's also British and I feel like British accents are very intimidating a little bit. So there's like a part where you have to like kind of like dance and they like run around you in circles like with video camera things, which is very dizzy, okay? Made me very dizzy. And I'm not a good dancer, let me be honest with you. My dance moves are like drunk white girl dance moves that like you're at the bar and you're like, hey, like that's all I got. That's it, that's all I got. And so he was like, can you not be so beep? Awkward. And I was like, oh, my life is awkward, I'm sorry. But but he was he said it completely joking around, because I know British people are very sarcastic, so I wasn't like, oh my god, he hates me. But he was so nice. He like ate lunch with everyone. He like left his clothes that he changed into right in the bathroom that everyone used. Yeah, he wasn't like douchey or like, I don't know, stuck up or like, I'm so fancy. So yeah, that was a really cool experience. Also at the Ipsy event, I met one of my favorite YouTubers, which I was super excited. And I've talked about this on my Instagram. I don't know if I've talked about it on here, but I really don't watch a ton of makeup people. I feel like I watch my friends. But my favoriteest thing ever, like I watch Joe Rogan all the time. I would die to meet him actually. I feel like I would make it and be successful in life if I ever got to go on his show, or even just go on his show and watch his show, you know. But he's like my number one favorite. My number two favorite is Loey Lane, because she scares the F out of me. And by that, I mean like she does like ghost stories and stuff like that. I'm so into that. So when I was at the Ipsy event, she walked in and I was like, I felt like I was like fangirling. I was like, oh my god, I know her. It was the only person I know, and I was super excited. And she walked in and I was like, hey girl, hey Loey. Like I pretended like we knew each other, which is so embarrassing. Like I don't know where I come up with this stuff, but I was like, hey, it's me. I haven't seen you in forever. This is how you know she's so nice. I'm telling you, what you see on camera when you watch her, she's exactly the same in real life. She pretended she knew me and she was like, hey you, how are you doing? And then she literally probably talked to me for 5 minutes, and then I had to spill the beans and I was like, we really never met before. I just love watching your YouTube channel. And she died laughing. She was like, this is probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me, but it's so funny. Thank God I didn't scare her away. The next day I was like, why would I do that? Why wouldn't I just be normal and be like, hey, my name's Angela. I really like watching your stuff. So I don't know if it was the Babe Rosé or if it was just me, but kind of makes sense because I do like weird things like that all the time. All of my friends, like my close friends, when I tell them the story, they're like, oh, they're not even surprised. They're just like, yeah, that sounds about right. But when I say it out loud to this camera that I know other people are gonna see, I'm like, oh, they're gonna judge me. This is so weird. But yeah, she took it really well. Thank God. And then she ended up telling me how she like can read auras, and she said I have a yellow aura. I think she said it, or my friend said it. Her and my friend read aura things, and I had a yellow, which I feel like I am a yellow, because when I got home I googled it and I felt very yellow. So that was awesome to meet her. I'm glad she wasn't super creeped out, or she at least pretended like she wasn't super creeped out. Thank God. Yeah, I feel like there's probably other ones, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. They're the ones that stick out the most. So I hope you guys like this type of video, and I'll see you soon.